Hi guys, Sandra here from Create in Spain, and today I want to tell you how to best go about doing a multi-layered foiled card. Now I'm talking about sticky back foil, I'm not talking about the stuff that you put through a laminator. But there are some tips and tricks that you really need to know for multi-layering. Now the first one is to know your foil or your vinyl, whatever it is you're using, and know how sticky it is and how easily it peels off or doesn't, as the case may be. Now in this case I've only used two different sorts of vinyl. The black one underneath here is actually a very strong adhesive vinyl. You know, it's so strong you can actually wash it and scrub it with a scrubbing brush. So first of all, let's deal with the type of stuff that we are looking at. And it's this. I've got this on paper because I wanted to cut out some fine lettering. But it's not that adhesive. It's tacky, but when it comes to sticking on acetate, it would be fine if you had a big piece, but if you're just doing dots, they will come off relatively easily. If you stick something over the top of it, it will pull your dots off. So you're going to have to do some masking. For general cutting out of lettering, I do find that adding it to a sheet of copy paper makes it much more usable. This stuff is very fragile and prone to tearing. So if you put it onto paper first, you can cut through both the layers and it makes it much stronger. So in order to do this one, I did it on my cutting mat without removing anything from the mat until it was completed. And there's a way to do that and you have to follow it. If you've got a very delicate foil that will come off if you put anything over the top of it, if you can't use a transfer tape for your foil, then this is how to do it. Right, I'm going to zoom in so you can see my instructions better, hopefully. Cut a mask in paper for the larger hello, in this case the black one that I've got. All right. Now once you've done that, you can swap over to what you see is what you get, and you must use that because if you don't, it's not going to work. Right, so the first thing is to put the acetate on the mat and set up your start point. Then you add the vinyl for the shadow hello. In this case, it will be the black one. You cut it and you weed it. So you weed that black layer and then you put the paper mask over the top. You don't have to add adhesive to it. You can just put it over the top, place it over the top. It's not a problem. Then you add the foil that you want to use for the dots. So you cut the dots and you weed it. And when you do that, if you've put paper over the black part of the hello, the paper will come up most probably onto the back of the foil that you're taking off. If it doesn't, just remove any paper that is still there. So now you need to add the foil for the interior part of the hello. So you place that over your hello and you cut it and you weed it. And then all you have to do is to set the line to cut for your rectangle. But it does make a very pretty, effective sentiment. It's not too girly, it's not too over the top, so it's also quite useful for cards for the guys as well as the girls. This card is using the same file, but in this particular case, I have just done a foil inset and added the dots. So that one is slightly different. And then another one that I did this one, which has got the two different sorts of foil. So you've got the pink ones for the dots and a silver foil for this outer area here. And again, if you've got a fragile foil, then you need to mask it. Now, if you do the large area here first, you won't have to mask that because it's not going to be pulled up in the same way as little dots will be pulled up if you're doing the dots and you put foil over the top of that, they might lift off. This isn't likely to because it has a larger area of adhesion. Now, I've cut the card here from a glitter card and I've raised it. And if I put it that way, you should be able to see the raise. And what I've used to raise it is actually hot glue. I got my hot glue gun out and I put glue all over the backs of these letters, allowed it to dry, and then I just used dabs of hot glue to stick the letters in place. So I've managed to get them raised quite nicely, and it was easier than using tiny bits of foam tape and adhering that to the back of the card. So thanks for watching. A file will be linked below and I'll see you again soon. Take care now. Bye bye.